Hello and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 22 of our playthrough on the Spillage map. We're playing on hard mode and we're playing as the IronTeeth faction. There we go. Got caught up for a second there. So let's just give these guys something to do while I do the opening talk. We're just going to pull all of this out straight away. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the row houses up here. I think they're really neat. Glad I did something that looks good. It would be nice to get a little bit of irrigation up there, but you know, sometimes things are just are the way they are. So I want them to pull all of this out down here. So we're going to start to make a move towards our industrial section being moved. We're going to sort out food security because food is pants. Let's face it. Food is really bad, and I'm disappointed that I've let it get that far. We're also probably going to have to put in some more pumps on this side here, because there just isn't enough water, and there isn't enough haulers because look, nobody's here to bring the water over. So what we're going to do, we are going to come and we are going to. There is loads of we have loads of hauling posts. We have 50 hauler beavers. I don't know what they're doing. I really don't know what they're doing. But anyway, let's let these guys come and rip all of this stuff out, which they are doing. So the idea is going to be that we're going to put a roof on this, which is naturally going to involve everyone's favourite topic, platforms. Does that work? Yes, that does. And that comes in at the same height that we already have. So what we can do is we can start to... You guessed it, it's even more dirt. We can start to do stuff like this. And that's probably going to be a bit frustrating. But what we will do is we're going to try and make this as eminently walkable as possible. So I'm going to put a platform there. You will be pleased to know, all of you, that this isn't just loads of platforms. This is sufficiently directed platform building. And let's move some of this out of the way. I also do want to get on to building a beaver hospital because I feel like our beavers are getting injured. There's 12 injured beavers. So if we could do something about that, it probably would help. And we might have to pull out some strategic mangroves here, just to get them out. They're really taking the time on that one, aren't they? We can remove all of this. We don't need this anymore. Doesn't matter if it's barren down here because it's going to get covered. It's just going to get covered. So as for projects, we have so many projects on the go. I might just have to do a super long time lapse episode at one point. But how's the river doing? Let's focus on the positives. The river's doing okay. There is a little bit of it flowing through here, and hopefully this is going to all build up and fill up, and then the water will flow through here. Because we did do that at the same height, didn't we? Or is this one too high now? I think this is one too high, isn't it? Balls. Is that really one too high? Well, we'll see shortly, because it will all flow this way. But that's an interesting... Have I really screwed that up? If I was to put a path over the top of it. Yeah, no, I have, haven't I? Because that's... Ugh. I'm guessing we're going to come out and we're going to... Oh, you can't I've screwed that up as well. It's going well. It's going really well. And it's not even like I'm drinking like I was on the episode that went out today. Anyway, we're going to... There's just not many of them, is there? It's just taken them so long to come and do this. Like, come on, guys. Can that one even be reached? I mean, it looks like it can. So let's continue to put in more of these platforms. I wish I wasn't such. I mean, I don't think I've ever been described as a perfectionist at anything in my life. If I'm completely honest. But here we are, where I find myself trying to be perfectionist at the beaver game, when I really don't need to be. We really don't need to be. We could give in and we could take the easy route for a lot of things, but we're not going to do that. We're going to continue trying to persevere. Wonder why they're not doing that one. Can they not reach it? Are you coming out to... It has been highly prioritized to be demolished, so I don't know why they're doing that. But what we can start to do down here is start to put some of our industry in. No, don't delete all of that just yet. Delete that. We need to keep that path in. That path's a structural path. And how's the water doing in here? So we are filling up very well. Croc did put in, could I demolish this out? And I could. I could demolish this out. However, we're using this as a backup reservoir. So we have this reservoir here, and if this did ever get full, we would then move on to having this reservoir here and even potentially up here if we so desired. So I don't think there's any need to blast any of this out. We could do. I'm kind of choosing not to. There's that, and that's opened up as well now because we've so much water's filled that up. So we are kind of fine. I don't want that to open up. So this actually needs to be set to... The flow limit needs to be set to faster, doesn't it? What have I done? Because I don't want that to be automated just yet. I want this to fill up. So maybe I need to automate it to be set to this rather than that. Or maybe both need to be on. I'm not sure. I thought, oh, look at that. That means that's all going to go down there and flood. Interesting conundrums. Sugar. Sugar. So maybe we're just going to turn that up a smidgen. Just so that we can not have the water flowing down here, because I'd rather not. It's still flowing down there, isn't it? You can just be set to completely open. Just go. Just let it all out. And then we'll come back and change that in a second. But this isn't working perfectly. So that should still be set to like 10. Just so we can have some flow out. I had anticipated that this would fill up before that. But there probably isn't enough power, enough being forced up, is there? So that's where the issue there is coming from. Am I really spending another episode sorting this out? It would appear I am. Because now we can't use any of this stuff. I mean, it hasn't made it quite to there yet. It shouldn't be too big a deal. I just have to remember to turn that off in a minute. These just aren't backing up like I want them to. This one is. That one is, but it's just. I feel like I've really boxed myself into a corner here, and I don't know how to get out of it. We have so many projects going on, and I keep adding more stuff like this in, which isn't good. So yeah, I'm kind of somebody said I say too much as well in one of my previous videos earlier. And I've just done it again. I would like to point out that I'm just doing that again. I think I've got a lot better at presenting the stuff I present. I would also like to point out I'm only 6 months into doing this, so it is kind of a learning process. So what do we have up here? We have... So they're going to be staying there because they have to stay there. We have 2 smelters, 4 explosives factories, and 4 centrifuges, and 1 wood workshop. So let's just start copying stuff down here. I guess that goes there. We are just going to make some horrendous monstrosity as well down here. I probably don't actually need that many explosives factories anymore, because I feel like we've done the majority of the exploding stuff we're going to be doing. So maybe we could get rid of that. So that's filled up. That's fine. This isn't filling up. We should be able to have a little bit of flow. Of course, the alternative is we just have this go both ways. So this just fills up here. Hopefully, this is going to actually come down here and fill this up as well. So that's a nice... Okay, that's nice. That is working. So I'm pleased that that's working. So fingers crossed that's going to keep all of this irrigated. So, I mean, silver linings there, I guess. But anyway, on with the show. So the drought started, which means no more water is going to be coming down. So I can now turn this back to... We're going to set that flow to 0.1. So we now have water. We're 17 days. This should survive quite easily. But it is going to slowly flow out. I don't know whether I need to set these to 30. And I'd like to copy the settings across. Because I feel like we should... I'm just copying the building. Copy settings. Detonate that. I do think this is the only one that I should... So I should have this set to... Yeah, so have this set to off in the... I think they should just be set to off in the temperate cycle. So we're using the dams over, so it should just fill up. So I'm going to leave that set to off now for the temperate cycle. Maybe that was my mistake having them turned on, because there was more water filling in down the bottom than we actually needed. So I will own that one. We're talking about the urns again. It really isn't that far from district centre. What were we doing? So I don't think we need all of these, and I don't think we need all of the extract either. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to put in a couple more of these. So We'll take that out. I'm hopeful we don't need any more contamination pods because beavers shouldn't get contaminated. Famous last words. You know, when like I'm not criticizing the person that said that I do that quite a lot, but you really become conscious of stuff you say when people mention it. It is 100% fine. It just does make you feel a little bit conscious. Can you come in and sort that out? I don't know whether we're chasing too much here. I don't know whether I should just leave this as what it is and delete all of this and go, this is just an open air industrial area and it just is what it is. Because we kind of have this horrendous mess that I've created up here, as well as what are we doing? Oh, we're putting that up, aren't we? So I have to come and sort this out at some point. This farming area down here is fine. We're going to put some more farms up here. I really like the steam stacks. We don't have any beavers sleeping outside, but I would like to kind of prioritize some of this. And we'll pop that there. We also need to put roofs on this. So the water's flowing through fine because it is a drought. We should actually end this drought with water in this river. So I'm not too concerned about this. And we can also just obviously keep doing this to create a bit more space down here. And I probably should come in and sort something like this out. So you know what? This is going away. This is a stupid decision. Let's get rid of all of that. I don't like it. It doesn't need to be done. It's superfluous. It's not necessary. But what we can do is we can still come down this and make this look better. So I need to put in the... You know what? We can do better than this. We could do a lot better than this. Let's stop settling. So the path is going to run over here. That's cool. Bit of lag there. Let's copy the building. I think we just go as close as we can to that. I think we just do. So copy the smelter. Pop that there. Pop that there. Copy 2 of these. That's fine. And then I'm going to have 2 of these as well. And what I might do with these is I might put them around the back. That's kind of fine, isn't it? And then the rest of this can kind of go away. I'll put these somewhere else, but this can go away. We don't need all of this. We don't need all of these extra things. So let's run this round. I do need to think about engines and how engines are going to interface with this. So maybe we're going to... So what's this? 250, 200. So we're on 650. 900. That's 1300. So that's 4 engines roughly. I can live with. I can live with 3 engines. In the immortal words of Thomas the Tank Engine. He was a very good engine. Right, so we run the path down here. Just run it around the side. Connect all that up. It's not the most power efficient, but it's going to allow me to remove all of this turd up here. Because we don't need as much explosives as we're making. We've got a lot of extract. You know, I'm chill with a lot of this. So that can all go away. I'm not going to subject you to seeing all of that be built. But what I am going to do is I'm going to semi-high prioritize this so that when all of this is built, we can come in and rip some of this out straight away. I mean, like up here, this is going. Don't need that. Don't need that. No. Which means I don't need these engines. Means all of that can go straight away. Don't need that. I mean, I am going to keep the centrifuges just going just for now. I'm not going to be an absolute nutter. Oh, I forgot we were doing this as well, weren't we? Forgive me. Oh, yes, okay, I can't come in. Let's delete that. I have an idea. Let's put them in there. And let's build them very quickly. Oh, come on. Build them quickly. The river is flowing. I don't know whether we put another dam in here. Oh, no, I can't because I'm doing that now. Right, okay. It's not overtopping, is it? No, it's not overtopping anywhere. And we have ample amounts of water in here. Now, this is maintaining its height well. So this means in the next temperate cycle we should be very good to go. So hopefully it will just continue to flow through. I think because we were going from a base point of 0, so to speak, that really struggled to keep up with what was happening. Get all of... Oh, there we go. Because that's not connected that way, is it? That's silly. I have been really trying to think about a mangrove farm as well, but I don't know where I was going to put that. Well, at least the forest is here, so we can start to... No, it doesn't even reach over there. Well, we could put a birch there. Oh, I really probably should have put a thingy here so that it would actually fill up, you know what I mean? But that's fine. It is what it is. Things I can live with. Can't let perfect be the enemy of good. JC mentioned that in his video today. And I'm not going to let perfect be the enemy of good. I'm going to let my own devices be the enemy of good. And I've realised I also would love to put a fence in here. Which means... Pause, pause, pause. Pause! What was meant to be there? Did I delete something there? Yeah, I think that works. So that's fine. Do you know what? Go away. Yeah, I don't know what that's doing. Yes. Do we have... What storage do we have for metal parts? Yeah, we have loads of storage for metal parts. I'm not going to mess around with the weather sensors. They're just going to stay there because I feel like I've come too close to the Rubicon there with that. If I was to delete them, they're building those. Someone's going to get stuck. Oh, can they? I don't think they can fit through that gap actually. That's fine. So let's just. Do you know what? Goodbye. Goodbye. Not going to get rid of you. Going to get rid of you. Come on. See you later. And we are going to do something. Try and do something nice with this. Because I said we were. And I think what that's going to look like is we need to get rid of some of this first. If I do that, does that flow through? I think if I do that, it doesn't. So what the easiest thing to do straight off the bat here is just to go in with the... Go in with them. And that will lock that off. We can then come in, cover all of this just in dirt. Maybe even put a tree farm up here, because what we can do is we can come in with the irrigation barriers. And we can just pop them in. You're all going to come down here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you down here. Where is it? It is here. Metalsmiths. 1, 2, 3. You've got automation. No, you haven't got automation. I need to automate you to... Well, you really do a bad job of automation, don't I? I think that's fine. Prioritize that, but also come and pick all of this crap up off the floor, because that should give you loads of metal parts, which you can use. Because there is loads of metal parts and all of that stuff. And I think you can be paused now. Oh, that has completely... Oh, okay, that has completely irrigated. Love it. Let's clear planting areas. No, don't do that. I wish there was an undo button. Because now I'm going to have to go down and sort that. So what are these? These are cassava. Have we even got coffee yet? We haven't. Are you canola or you could, yeah, you're corn? Eggplant. And what are you? Kohlrabi. And you're also cassava. So fine, whatever. You tell them to prioritize stuff, and they kind of still just don't do it. Like, what are my builder beavers doing? But anyway, what I thought we could do over here is we could come in with a lovely... Because we've decided we're not having bots. Well, I've decided we're not having bots. So we need to think about how we're going to treat our beavers. Let's come in this way, actually. And we snake behind there. That also needs to be covered. It's just snagging issues after snagging issues here. And what we're going to do, we are going to put in a lovely, lovely beaver hospital. I love a good beaver hospital. One of my favourite things to make. Especially considering I injure them and blow them up and you name it, it happens. So where are the well-being? Medical beds are here. Shame you can't drag these. So because they're the IronTeeth, it's kind of a utilitarian hospital. But I don't dislike that. We're going to have some grindstones at the end. And it's probably not going to be the nicest beaver hospital I've ever built, but it's going to be a beaver hospital. And it will do for now. So we're going to have beaver statue either side because, you know, these guys are making the big beaver sacrifice. They are heroes of the revolution. Let's just put these at the end just so we can have it be finished. And I've added another big project for them to do, which is going to take a very long time. You begin to see patterns emerge. So we're going to pop that there. Nice little beaver hospital. I think they would also quite like to be seen for the heroes that they are. So we're going to put in... It really does annoy me you can't just do like some force centering, but whatever. So we're going to pop a Labour monument in front. Off center, I know. Disgusts me as well. But, you know, it just... These are our heroes of the Beaver Revolution. And this is where they've come to recuperate. So that shouldn't use too many of our resources, I think. So... That's going to be like that. But yeah, I want these to be built, and then I want these to be built. And I want loads of things to happen all at once because I'm very impatient. I can't even get up there to get to those ones. That's fine, whatever. It's gone. Let's take all of this out now. Was great ideas when we were using it, but now we're not. I can actually pull this out, can't I? Yes. I think we can actually just go. Like so. We're just going to cover that. There is a little bit more to delete. But it is the intention that I'm going to turn this into something useful. Maybe even have coffee up here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a pillar in there so that it supports it. Comes across that way. And I would really like them to build this as well as a priority. I know we're doing all the priorities. Just the way it's going to be. And how's our reservoir? Our reservoir is looking great. Now I need to figure out why. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Food. What has happened? You can't expand beaver population, Scott, without expanding food production. Right. So we have. Oh, so we have raws. We have lots of raw. We have lots of raw. So, first things first. Where are our food production buildings? Prioritize these by haulers. Why did I delete all these engines? Oh my god. We're going to pause them, and what we're going to do is we're going to put in some emergency fermenters. I can only apologise for what an absolute nightmare this has become. This is on me. Build that for me. Is there a world in which... How much excess power? So they're paused, that's fine. Prioritised by haulers, prioritised by haulers. Prioritised by haulers. Oh, eggplant rations require canola oil, which we don't have a lot of. Prioritised by haulers. Let's see all of this start to unfold in absolute nightmare fashion. We are going to obviously increase water storage, because we just don't have enough of it. Not water storage, water production. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. Yeah, this is very frustrating. Yeah, this is just, I mean, it is what it is. So what have I high prioritized? So this needs to be lower priority. This needs to be lower priority. Picking up all of this crap off the floor needs to be lower priority. I need you to go and get me food, guys. What needs to happen. So can we stop with all the silly jobs and go and get me food? There should be plenty of builder beavers. So what are we doing? They're all milling around over here. They still haven't built these yet. Can we not come and build these, please? Seriously, guys? What's going on? I want these jobs to be prioritized. What is stopping you from doing that? Seriously, okay, that is stopping you from doing that. Stop this. Normal priority for this. This is my fault for using priority tools too much. Normal priority for... Well, no, I'm going to leave that. Please come build this. We have no food. We have no food. We have 30 food. Come on, guys. I need you to come and do this. I can only apologise for this. We have so much raw. And you know what? I'm being silly as well. I'm being very silly. Corn rations. So just have corn rations for now. I don't need eggplant rations. I need them to produce stuff. We don't have enough canola oil, so stop producing. So you are eggplant rations. You can now be corn rations. You are eggplant rations. You can go to be corn rations. Just produce the corn rations for me. Jesus Christ. We have these. Let's produce this quick. And we asked, well, is food going up? Maybe a little bit. So now, once that's in, I can actually start to... You know what, I don't care about any of this. Lower that. Lower that production. What does a food factory need? It needs metal blocks. You know what? Crisis is a crisis. No, actually. I don't think it is too much of a crisis. I say as we have no food. $18-hour workday, boys. I don't think anybody's going to die. Put it that way. So I'm going to continue pretending this isn't happening. And pop that there. So once they stop being hungry, oh, do you know what we are? We're doing this. I've got to stop humming and ahhing. Just be decisive. Make decisions. Let's put those in. Sorry, I've gone silent. I've gone like a little bit a little bit silent because I'm quite upset that this has happened. Put that in as well quickly. How's cassavas doing over here? No, we do have cassavas over here, so they should be fermenting the crap out of these. We don't have a lot of them. We are losing water massively as well. This is also a high priority. So this has gone from, oh, let's try and do something cool. Let's try and move some stuff around. Let's try and make things better to, oh, we're on our last legs. Which is about usually how these things go. The reason I've now switched to pivot to the water is because without the water, we just die. I need them to put the pumps in. Nobody's dying of hunger. Nobody's dying of thirst just yet. But I don't want it to get to the stage where they do, so I need to put these these pumps in. Oh look, we have some dynamite I can detonate to make me feel better. They're producing cassava. Fingers crossed we get this in soon. The corn is still... We still have plenty of corn in storage. We still have plenty of... We can't even ferment the soybeans because the canola is being a rate limiting factor. I should probably get in the royal pressing at some point somewhere. But let's just survive this initial food scare. Episode 22 of a playthrough. Run out of food. Fantastic. Slightly recovering. It just shows you the size of like the operations you need to deliver this kind of thing on a playthrough like this. I mean, I was quite on JC's 1000 Beaver playthrough. I was quite like, oh, you just do it. But the single slip up, especially when you're operating at those numbers, and you can see my food is just going down, my water is just going down. Like if the pumping isn't there, hopefully the pumping will be there now. The food isn't there. The food isn't even close to being there. I mean, the fact that we finished today and we actually had food left over is filling me with confidence. We have these here, so we can actually... Let's actually have some fermented cassava. I really didn't sort food very early through. So this is a warning to all of you that play this game. Sort out your food early on, otherwise you're going to end up like me. Oh, come on, go back up. I don't think... This isn't Connolly ending. As you can see, it is actually slowly going up. And the water's slowly going up. It's just very, very frustrating. On the plus side, can I take any wins from this? Oh, the Eternal River still has water in it. So, I'm happy about that, I guess. If I was a sensible man, I would turn all of these off. Because how much are these... How much resource are these taking up? But I'm not a sensible man. I will persist and we will outpump the problem. Food is recovering. Detonate that. Build that. You're going to be corn rations, and you're obviously going to be corn rations as well. So let's see if that makes a difference. Fingers crossed it is. Water's going up. We have a lot of cassava being fermented. I love that for us. This just proves what I need to do is I need to come in here and I need to come up with a actual better water store, better food production system. So we're going to do that here when we can. That's probably going to be next episode now because I've spent so long screwing around. But I really had to stabilize, because if we didn't stabilize, that'd be game over. So we need some more engines. Definitely some more engines. I don't know how many more engines, but if I put 3 in, that seems reasonable, doesn't it? And then what I want is, first off, I want to start to produce some more canola oil. And then I guess I'm going to come in with... Oh, these hardly use any power. Well, maybe if we come in like this. And then what I'm going to do is maybe... because that should transfer power, so I can put a fermenter there. Ooh, fermenter there, fermenter there. Actually, we can do that. We can do... yeah, we can. No, I don't think that's going to transfer power. Maybe we delete that out. Then we run a power shaft across there. Put that up there to that path. That up there. And I would actually like... this could be done better. Get rid of that. Oh, that fermenter's annoying, isn't it? I think we need more oil presses, definitely. So I'd rather have an oil press. This is sinful, but it's probably going to work. Yeah, I can live with that. So we have 3 food factories there. And food is going up steadily. We are really relying on the fermented cassava and the corn rations. We are not producing any more baby beavers because we do not have berries. So thankfully I've kept a large stock, well, relatively large stockpile of berries. I may even come in and put a gather flag over here and start to collect some of them berries. This is why you never get rid of the berries. I know JC is always like, oh, berries aren't important. Berries are important. Even when you're playing as the folktales, berries are your solid emergency food. I will always stand by having berries. Always have berries. Never go the opposite. Never go berryless. Oh look, they're doing all of this now. So my plan for actually getting into here now was, if I can be trusted to actually do anything, is to do this. If you are still choosing to watch this, thank you for sticking with it, because I am fully aware that this has been an unmitigated disaster. I will promise I will try to do better. I mean, that's all we can do. We can try to do better. Isn't it? And I don't think that looks ugly as sin. And at the risk of doing something that is high prioritized again, I'm going to do that. What's water? Water's on 1k, food's on 705. I can kind of live with this. We are going to carry on. I'm not going to run this as a super long episode again like I have been doing. But we have a reasonable amount of water. The pumping can continue. 955. Ugh. Obviously, this has become an issue. This stuff shouldn't die. And what are they doing? Are they coming and putting this dirt in? We might just do a nice long time-lapse episode next time. I think I've got to where I usually record the further episode of this on the Thursdays. So I might just do a nice big time-lapse just so they can actually do some of these projects. Because I have just been really bad at getting them done. And obviously we've had to do certain things because of how I played this game, which have not been good. Which have really not been good. But we can end on some fireworks, so we will detonate these, assuming they finish it. They can also stay on 18-hour work days because the water and the food situation is slowly going to recover, but I need it to properly recover. I especially need the berries to recover, because without berries, there is no colony. So if beavers start dying in mass droves, that is not a good thing. So we can detonate this now. Look at that. So we've created a little bit more reservoir area there, which has cheered me up slightly. On one hand, okay. On the other hand, agonizing failure. What can I say? I can unpause them for a start. That's what I can say. As adding those water pumpers in. So what actually is the colony set to? 280, right. So we're going to come down to 260. We're just going to leave everything a little bit just to mellow out. Let's just relax. Let's not do anything too hasty. Let's let a few beavers drop off naturally. And recount. So we're in cycle 35. Water is going to start to refill. Fingers crossed this is going to be cool. I mean, it's going to be cool. Fingers crossed it's going to fill up properly this time because I've limited the flow through from these, so these will stop flowing, which should hold the water back, which should have happened all along, but it didn't happen all along. So when this is on, you set to depth sensor 18. Depth sensor 17. So yeah, if that goes to 2, I think I should have had that set as if that goes to 205. And I think now we can actually reset this because the water should flow out and it should take ages to hit the bottom. So we can hopefully automate this again. And hopefully it'll work this time. Water's going up, food's going up. Yeah, we are going to call it there. Thank you for watching this, for whatever that was. Hopefully we can come and make this a little bit prettier. We can put the industry in down here. We don't have to put a lid on it. I've decided we're not putting a lid on it because apparently I can't manage that. I'm trying not to be too disheartened. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll try not to be too self-deprecating. So this has been Timberborn. Thank you to my Patreons. Their name should appear on the screen somewhere. And I will see you next time. Where we might do a really long time lapse to see if we can get some of these projects actually done without running out of food or water. But we'll see then. Goodbye.